Most Christians that I talk to think that evangelism equals inviting people to come to a Sunday church service. But what we're finding is that most irreligious, atheists, skeptics, agnostics aren't going to come to us to a Sunday church service, even on our best Sundays. Statistics actually show that 60 to 70% of people won't show up on our Sunday services, even on our best Sunday. So rather than try to get people to come to us, we say, let's take church to the people. Let's go to them. Jesus says, the Father sent me, so I send you. And so we're called to go out to the people, and through backyard barbecues, relationships, inviting people into our home, we bring Jesus to them and watch God kind of work through that. Many people think that the Missional Action Group is just another version of small groups. But we're not inward focused. We're not primarily a Bible study. We're not primarily a weekly meeting. But you really have to think family. We operate like a family on a mission together. So if you look at Acts 2, we devote ourselves to teaching, breaking of bread, prayer, fellowship. There's mission, accountability. We're living life together throughout the week. There are parts of the group that are spending time together over here in accountability, parts that are over here. There are a couple families that will get together with families from the neighborhood to do some mission together. So they really do operate like a family that's on a mission together, serving and eating and praying and living life together. Charles Spurgeon said every Christian is either a missionary or an imposter. To follow Jesus means that we have to make disciples and we have to live as missionaries. If we don't do that, then I think we're really being disobedient to God's call. We're to be a part of a disciple-making multiplication movement that impacts the world with the gospel. My wife was able to bring Crystal into the family a few years ago, and Crystal caught fire in our Missional Action Group. She got really serious about making disciples, and through a very difficult situation when her mom was murdered, she was able to talk with her sister about her faith, and her sister became a part of our Missional Action Group. She came to faith in Jesus, and now she's trying to make disciples with her own husband and some of her friends. So to watch a disciple, make a disciple, and to see even her sister now trying to reach others, it's just such a beautiful thing.
I found it to be a good support whenever I felt like I didn't have family. They were there to comfort me and help me along with my path to find God.
Because of what I've experienced at our Missional Action Group, I would like to now take that to the area where I live and start my own Missional Action Group and impact the community where I live and get families involved there.
Will had some friends sort of connect him with us, and when he came to us, he was going through some really difficult stuff, going through a divorce and just awful situation at home, and was looking for friends, for family, for some people to connect with. And with our Missional Action Group, he found a family. His faith was just reignited, and now he's living on mission and excited about reaching all of his friends.
I found something called a Missional Action Group, and I started attending that on Wednesday nights and discovered that the love that the people had, it was like I had a new family.
He loves to put his Christian friends and his friends that aren't Christians in the same room and just see what happens. He's masterful at that. Andy, our crazy German guy, brings his daughter Abby, and Abby's an amazing evangelist. She just has a knack for bringing all types of people into our home and loves to share Jesus with these people. She brought one night her friend Tanya, and Tanya was a recovering heroin addict that had been clean for a while. She was an agnostic and made it clear her first night that she didn't believe in God. I told her that's okay. You can just eat with us, hang out with us.
Over the years, it led to severe heroin addiction that left me in a wheelchair. And through all of it, I did not believe in God at all.
Through the course of conversation, she shared with us that she always felt God was angry at her, that God wanted to strike her dead, that God wanted to punish her, but she never understood God's grace through Jesus. And as we had a lot of conversations, Tanya came to understand who God was through Jesus. When Jesus said, "If you've seen me, you've seen the Father," that really spoke to Tanya, that when she looked at Jesus, that's what God's like. God loves her and wants her and has pursued her and died for her, and he's a God of grace, and it just drew Tanya to Jesus. And now she wants everyone to know about Jesus. I recently had the privilege of doing Tanya's baptism, and that was just such a joy to celebrate the transformation that's taken place in her life and in her heart. A lot of disciple making has to be caught rather than taught. I think the best way to disciple people in prayer isn't to teach messages on prayer, it's to pray with them. The best way to teach fellowship isn't to talk about fellowship, it's to fellowship together. And the best way to disciple people about reaching lost people is to take them with you as you engage lost people. And one of the beauties of our missional action groups is that's exactly what we're doing. We're taking people with us and we're showing them what it looks like to follow Jesus in all of life. We're helping them realize their gifts, equipping them, and sending them out to multiply missional action groups that do the same thing. My prayer is that we would see an incredible movement of the Spirit as more people are released to make disciples that make disciples and follow Jesus in all of life.